Hey, Julius.
Hey, who is that?
It's Romy Rome, Romy Rome.
Oh man, that is my guy. See, when I don't talk to you for more than 48 hours, man, I just be like, man, where's my guy?
Man, I've been in the lab, man, learning.
Oh, and when you're in the lab, it's not a game. It's not a game, let me tell you. And you guys know I'm a huge fan of Jerome because he is multi-talented and such an incredible leader. So look, what I'm gonna do, so we're actually streaming live. So what I'll do is you guys will have access to that as well. And we will go ahead and get started. I did not tell her I was going to do this tonight, but I'm
Hello.
going to, let's go ahead and mute everybody out.
We don't have a hot chocolate donut.
I want a hot chocolate donut.
Getting paid for
I want I want
install
to, let's see, let's go ahead and mute all our guests out.
battery.
Yes. All right. Miss Amanda, I made you my co-host.
Okay.
Um,
I'm letting
and,
people in.
and Jerome, I'm going to make you a co-host as well. And so, Miss Solution Newton,
Yes,
I didn't
sir.
I didn't tell you this, but I'm gonna have you just kind of welcome all of our guests tonight. And I know we have a bunch of hosts that are kicking off tonight. I would love for you to just welcome everybody to the call, and then we can go ahead and get started.
Well, it would be my honor to do that. First of all, I'd like to thank all the new um, energy advisors who have chosen tonight to launch their business. And for you guys who were invited by those people, you're in for a treat. Okay. Um, the gentleman who is going to be speaking to us tonight, Mr. Weems, is no a stranger to the commodity of that we're going to be talking about tonight, the energy sector. He has been quite successful in not this journey, but in other areas as well. And because of his success, he has chosen to take leadership and help all of us that are on this line to reach the levels of success that he is enjoying right now with Think Energy. So I'd like for you guys to get some paper and pencil together, um, take copious notes. Please write down any questions you might have and be prepared to learn something entirely new tonight. Okay. So thank you so very much. And we're off. Okay.
All right. Well, what I'm gonna do is that for all of our folks launching, and I don't want to miss anybody. So, Miss Williams, I want you to just say hello, introduce where you're calling from, and also go ahead and welcome your guests tonight.
Will do. So, hello, everyone. My name is Radisha Williams, and I am launching from Carrollton, Texas. And just want to say thank you to everybody who is on the call right now. I know I've got some folks from my job that is based in Texas, but there are folks in different places. There's someone from New York here. Um, and so, want to just say thank you guys for showing up. Oh, I also have someone from Virginia here as well. And my best friend from Michigan is also here who wants to learn just a
Yeah.
little bit more about what we're doing. So thank you all for joining. So kick it back to you, Julius.
Welcome, Miss Hunter. You are launching tonight as well, correct?
Yes. And I would like to thank all my guests. Some guests are having problems getting on, and I was on the phone trying to guide them how to get on. So I thank those who make it on. Thank you for coming. I'm from Delaware.
Delaware in the house. Delaware
Yes,
in the house.
yes, yes.
And so I know that we have two other people. I'm trying to look to see if I see them here. Two other folks launching tonight.
I'm
Hey,
launching.
Is that Miss Viola? There you go. Oh no, Miss Hunter just spoke, did she? Who else just said that? Who just said I'm launching?
This is Gwen
Oh, Gwen.
Newton.
Gwen, I was looking right for you. Hey, Gwen. Announce who you are. Well, I know who you are, Miss Newton. So go ahead and tell us where you're calling from, and go ahead and invite and welcome your guests.
I am calling from Simpsonville, South Carolina, and I have my niece on the phone from North Carolina, and I have a friend on the phone from Eric from New Jersey.
Amazing. Amazing. Welcome and thank you so much for being one of our hosts tonight and opening up your community. I believe that when you invite people to something, it's very important that you're allowing me and you're allowing us to share with your audience, and that's very important. And I don't take it for granted. So I promise to all of the guests tonight, we will not waste your time, and I don't want to
Hey,
miss
Julius,
any of my hosts. I don't want to miss any of my other hosts. Yes, ma'am.
this is Edie.
Edie,
And
yes, Miss
yeah,
Edie
Edie
from
from
Michigan. I know it.
Lansing, Michigan. And
Yes.
I have my brother Ronisha's uncle, Jesse, here, and he's in Houston, Texas.
All
So,
right. Well, welcome, Houston. I'm excited because you guys have people from all over the country, and this is a conversation that needs to be had all over the country. And so tonight, I'm going to only be, my name is Julius Weems. I'm going to be about 30 minutes. So I'm not here to keep you on a call for a very long time. I'm going to take some of the pressure off. I'm not going to ask you um there's no sale at the end. So if somebody invited you and you sit here waiting at the end, like, oh, he's gonna try to close me and do all that. No, that I want to remove all of that from the table so that we can just have a conversation. Is that fair? We can just have a conversation for 30 minutes. We can talk and then we can answer some questions and y'all can enjoy the rest of your evening on this Wednesday. And so I want to thank
Excuse,
you all for I
excuse
heard
me,
somebody. Who is
excuse me, Julius.
Ms. Newton,
Mike
yes.
Walls, he's launching tonight too. He's a new um energy advisor.
Oh, welcome, Mike. Let's give Mike a round of applause, especially as a new invite. Mike, where you at? I'm trying to scroll up and down to find y'all.
I'm calling from DE, and I just want to thank my family for signing on and hearing you out.
Yeah, well, Mike, look, I want to, and I'm okay for y'all to cut me off because I believe if people are here and they're new and they're excited, I want to pause and give them a moment. So I'm okay with that. So, Mike, no, it's a pleasure. I will be in Delaware on the 19th. 18th or 19th. I would let you know. But anybody in Delaware, I'm excited. I'm going to be in Delaware and also in Maryland, and then we'll talk about the other states coming up. But tonight's conversation is so powerful that I want you all to understand is that I'm not here to just give you data. I'm here to tell you that there's something happening and we should all pay attention. And so let's go ahead and get started. I think I got my Amanda. Keep me honest. Make sure people can hear me, and we're good to go. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to jump right in. My name is Julius Weems, and my background is actually in engineering by education. I studied industrial engineering and at Morgan State University, and I ended up leaving Morgan. My mother was so sad. I left Morgan my final year because I was recruited to a company called Disney, and I became one of the youngest game developers in Disney's history, and was able to work on Monday Night Football, Indy Racing back in 1998, a very long time ago. I'm getting old. And so fast forward, I then began me and some friends left Disney and we started our first company. We sold that company to a large government contractor. And then I became a digital transformation consultant, a management consultant, where I would go to companies, I would look at how they do business, and then I would show them how to do it better. And these were large companies like PayPal and Google, and it was really an exciting time because I really got to impact people's lives at a level of scale that was just way bigger than me. And so, today I'm an advisor for companies like BlackRock, and my whole goal has always been, how do I help things move faster? How do I help large companies do things better? And about 10 years ago, well, 15 years ago now, I was introduced to the industry I'm going to share with you tonight, but in a very different sense, because there's a very much different conversation to be had today. I was working full time consulting in Washington D.C., and a friend of mine said, "Hey, look, you should look at this industry." And he shared the energy industry with me, And at the time, there, deregulation was happening. It's kind of everything goes through phases, right? And you guys know that everything goes through phases. So back then, I was excited about energy for a different reason than I am now. And for you on the call tonight, you after I finish, you're going to be excited because what you're going to see is, oh my gosh, this is a real moment in time. This is not a guy just trying to hype me up about something, but everything goes through phases. And so we understand that things must adapt, right? So we all remember going to Blockbuster. I saw some young people, and they might not even know what Blockbuster is, but we used to go on Fridays. Some of y'all remember. On Fridays, you go to Blockbuster, you pick out a movie, you walk around the wall, and then you go to the front desk and see if they had it in stock, right? And we did that. And we knew that that was just a routine we would do. And then we saw Netflix. Netflix came along, tried to get Blockbuster to buy them. Blockbuster laughed at them and said, nobody's going to have a DVD mailed to their home. People won't do that. And then we realized that, streaming wasn't even here yet. And then we started, some of you started with cell phones that were flip phones, and we went to the iPhone, but there's just things that go through evolution. It's not some massive boom. It's just a change. We were, calling taxis, we would hail a taxi to pick us up or call a taxi service. We never thought that we would be using Uber on our phones to call a car to pick us up. But these are all evolutions. And the one industry that has not had an evolution is the energy industry. It just has not. And energy infrastructure is very old, 50 plus years old. So the infrastructure has been there and it just has not improved. It has gotten worse in many situations, but many times it requires something to happen in order for something to change, right? You guys ever been in a situation where something needed to happen in order for something to change? And what I'm going to share with you tonight, the reason why this company exists is because we knew that something needed to happen. And when artificial intelligence came onto the scene, which was, we were hearing about it now, but for the last 8 to 10 years, but now we're talking about AI doing all these different things. Well, AI just requires a lot of energy. It's very simple. People want to make it very complex. It's not. Artificial intelligence requires more energy than we ever expected. So there's been $1 trillion just in Texas alone spent on data centers. And many of your homes, data centers in Maryland, New Jersey, Delaware, there are data centers going up because artificial intelligence requires access to data, which needs lots of energy. Fundamentally, it just created a massive problem that drew the attention of our CEO. And our CEO had a hypothesis. His hypothesis was, if I could create solutions that were innovative enough to help the customers that are going to pay more because of the data centers, I probably could build a very successful business. And he took that idea to some of the top energy investment firms in the country. And there's a company called Oak Tree Capital that decided they believed him. Before he built anything, before he tried anything, they said, if you can do that, you will, without a doubt, do something incredible. They gave Michael Falquist $100 million. And that $100 million was to build out what today I get to share with you is up and running and ready. It is something that the 4 technologies that I'm going to share with you have been being built. The final one will not launch until March 1st. One of the ones we just launched 6 months ago. So when I say this is an early conversation, it's an early conversation. People always say, I want to be in the room at the beginning. This is the time that we are, without a doubt, pushing to shift what the energy industry looks like. Now, I know some of you on the call and you're like, Julius, there is nothing exciting about energy. And I'm going to tell you that the only time it's not exciting is that when it doesn't turn on, right? Because we don't think about it. I know I didn't. I've been working for different companies and large companies for a very long time. And the only time I thought about electricity or energy was if it didn't work, right? And so, but we knew, and I knew that people would pay for it for the rest of their life. And so therefore, I wanted to understand, what does it look like if we could fix some of the big problems? And so our focus is in 2026 focused on how do we help customers understand the choices they have, because those choices have been limited. Full transparency, because many people actually signed up for energy solutions 10 years ago, and those solutions didn't deliver on the promise, right? People signed up for energy savings, it didn't deliver savings, they ended up in variable rates, their bills went through the roof, right? That went on for 10 years, and now a lot of people just went back to the utility. They're like, look, people say I'll deal with the devil I know, right? So now they're dealing with the expensive rates with the utility, and that's a real thing. It is happening right now. And then sustainability. Can you help the planet or help the community on energy solutions? And so energy prices have risen at levels that even I never expected. I just never thought we'd be up 30%. People that are, I just helped somebody in Dallas whose bill literally they're going to save 48% with our solutions. And so the idea is that everybody's bill is higher for different reasons, but here are the reasons today that we know are impacting all of us. There's a transition to renewable energy, which is a goal, but right now only 10% of people in the whole United States have renewable energy. There's only 10% of people that have solar panels, only 10% of people have wind or some other alternative type of power, only 10% of 148 million residences. That's apartments, townhomes, condos, but only 10% are getting a benefit. There's increased demand because of electric vehicles where people are going to plug them up at home, and it's going to require more energy and infrastructure. There's AI data centers that I talked about, which is a huge push that's going to push the industry to levels we've never seen before. And then global instability. Because we don't import or want to import as much oil and natural gas from overseas due to conflict, it's all creating a tsunami of a massive problem for us. And if you're on tonight and you're somebody that has seen the increase in your energy costs in the chat, go ahead and put me. If you've seen an increase in your energy costs, I'm talking 20, 30 people in Maryland who have paid $250, $300 a month for 10 years are seeing increases of up to, now they're paying $400 to $450. So it's happening across the country. And so I want to share with you where we started, right? Because we're a 2.5-year-old company that have focused on solving one problem. The problem we're trying to solve is how to make sure that a customer can always save. Fundamental problem that we know that if we solve it, we know we'll build a business that, when a company gives you $100 million, they want you to 10x that investment. So the goal is that we do $1 billion or more, which is the target based on where we're at today. Here's the markets we're in. So this is where we're at today. This map will scale and grow very fast with some of the things I'm going to share you, but I wanted to start off with showing you kind of where we are. I'm going to share 4 solutions with you, 4 products that we offer. And these products are offered one or many in the different states we're in. So everything I share with you is offered right now today in a state that we're in, and it will be scaling across the country. And so I'm going to start off with AutoSave. Let's take a look at this short video, and then we'll talk at the end.
Welcome to AutoSave, the easiest way to save money on electricity automatically. No more shopping around, no fees, no risk. Just guaranteed savings anytime Think Energy is your supplier. Everyone uses energy differently, yet most people pay the same price. We believe you should be rewarded for being a smart energy user. With AutoSave, your Think Energy rate is personalized just for you. Here's how it works. You sign up for AutoSave. We review your personalized Think Energy rate offer every month. If your personalized rate offer can beat the utility's price to compare, we switch you. If not, you're served by the utility. We look for savings every month so you don't have to. And as you can see, over time, your savings can really add up. If there's an opportunity to save with Think Energy, it'll happen, all upside, with the peace of mind of the utility's standard rate as your safety net. Simple, risk-free, and automatic. And you'll always know what's happening. We actively monitor your savings potential and notify you if your energy supply changes. Still the same utility, still the same bill. Just guaranteed savings anytime Think Energy is your supplier, with no interruption to your service. AutoSave is all upside, and you'll have peace of mind knowing that you'll never pay more than your utility's standard rate. That's autosave. And now, when you connect your smart thermostat to your account, Think Energy will unlock an enhanced product, guaranteeing you'll save at least 5% below your utilities price to compare every month. No fees, no stress, no risk. Just guaranteed savings anytime Think Energy is your supplier, automatically.
Okay, so let's talk about autosave, and I want to keep it this simple because many people are learning about autosave today. This technology we've released in August, and so in every state that we're currently in, people have never seen it before. And right now, we're in the education business, and so if you're here on the call, somebody tried to share this with you or another product, but it's really the education business. And here's what I'm going to say is that we created a technology that does something that we are all used to, right? So if you check your bank account on your phone, right, your bank account will tell you every time there's a transaction. It'll send you a text message, or if you have Amazon Prime, where you order things from Amazon, Amazon lets you know that when something is happening, right? It lets you know that a shipment is on the way. What we just decided, we said, wait a minute, what if we could check every month to see if our customers are saving money with us or would they save money with the utility? So imagine this, that you're with a utility and you're paying a certain rate. Every month at the end of your payment cycle, we're going to check to see if they can save you money. If we can save you money, we're going to automatically be able to switch you over. Now, we had to do some things technically with the state to be able to do it, but now imagine this, every month you never have to think about if you're paying the least amount of money anymore. What if now we could guarantee, all right, and in energy, people have never been able to guarantee anything, but we can guarantee that you're going to save money when your supplies with Think Energy with no cap on that savings. We can guarantee that you will never, ever pay more than the utility company, which 94% of people are paying today. There's no renewal. You can sign up once and we do all the work, and then you can cancel at any time with no fees. So if you think about this, right, the only way that we keep a customer is if we deliver value. And that is why I get excited about sharing this with people around the country. And many times I get questions like, Julius, why are you so excited? I said, because there are millions of people that if they didn't have to think about their energy bill, they would stay with a company for a decade. And our goal is to keep companies for a decade. Here are the states that we launched autosave in. These are the states that gave us licenses right away because they knew that they had suppliers in the state and customers weren't guaranteed to never pay more than the utility. People were paying more than the utility company. And we just said, hey, let's just check to see if we can save the customer. If we can't, they'll be with the utility. If we can, they'll be with us. And then if they connect a smart thermostat, which is optional, we're going to guarantee that they'll always be with us and save a minimum of 5%. So if you're in any of these states right here, I want you to understand that autosave is available. It's free of charge. Try it for 90 days. I tell people, try it out. It's a 5-minute sign-up process. But how many people do you know in these states that right now need some relief? You know, autosave is a powerful solution. It is one of one. There are no other companies that have a solution like this. We've been licensed in the states, and the states are excited to have us. And so, autosave is the first of our 4 solutions, which is by far one of the most exciting because we know that a customer will always be in the best position. And our goal is really to keep customers for a decade. So our goal is to make sure that they're saving. If they connect a smart thermostat, we guarantee that their minimum savings will be 5%, but it is no cap. In New Jersey, we're up to 21% in our savings. And we're right now in Delaware. We just launched Delaware like 60 days ago. And so a little over 60 days, but we're just getting some of the first numbers back from Delaware. Ohio, getting some of the first numbers back, but all of our customers are saving, or they're with the utility, but they're never paying more than the utility. We do, again, if they connect a smart thermostat, it's a 5% savings. So they'll always be with Think Energy saving 5% or more if they connect a smart thermostat. Okay, that's something that we realize, hey, let's guarantee that savings if the customer takes that step. So that's product number 1. If you're taking notes, number 1 is autosave, guaranteed never to pay more than the utility. Community solar, I'm super excited about community solar right now because of what's happening with this solution. When someone says solar, we typically think solar panels on the roof of a home. It is the opposite of that. You do not need to own a home. You do not need to have a roof to put these on. These are solar panels that are in a solar farm that you can subscribe to like Netflix, but you don't have to pay. So take a look at this. It's a 20-year savings for all customers on a community solar farm.
Imagine saving money on your electric bill just by supporting clean energy in your community. With Think Community Solar, you can, and it's easier than you think. You can now subscribe to a local solar farm and receive solar credits that lower your utility bill, with discounts ranging from 5 to 25% on those credits. It's part of a growing effort to expand access to clean energy, and you're invited to be part of it. When you subscribe, you're allocated a portion of a local solar farm. As your share generates electricity, you earn solar credits that reduce your utility bill. For example, if the discount in your area is 20% and your share produces $100 worth of electricity, you'll see a $100 credit on your utility bill. Then you'll pay Think Community Solar just $80 for those credits, saving you $20. Think of it like buying a $100 gift card for just $80, and then the full $100 automatically going toward your bill. Sign up in 3 minutes. No rooftop required. Rent, own, house, apartment, all qualify, and your savings can really add up. 5% minimum, up to 25% in some areas, depending on your state, for up to 20 years. Best of all, you're helping fund local solar projects that create jobs, reduce emissions, and power a cleaner future. This is Think Community Solar. Local energy, zero hassle.
All right, and if you want to take a picture of any of these slides, we'll get them to you. You can take a snapshot. But if you are in a state that has community solar, it is a state law. It is not a Think Energy program. We are just the educator and aggregator of the program. We are now the largest filler of solar farms in the United States. But our goal is really simple. In Maryland, we just came out, solar farms have filled up, they fill up. So there's not unlimited supply. There's 65 large solar farms around Maryland. There's a huge amount coming. There's new inventory coming in New Jersey. But what I'm saying is that if you're in a state that has community solar, sign up because you're going to get a 20-year savings. You do not need a rooftop. It's free to enroll. You cancel at any time, and even renters qualify. And people say, well, why 5 to 25%? Every state passes their law differently. And so I know right now in Maryland, it's a 10% savings for 25 years in Maryland and 15% for those who are low to moderate income for 25 years. And so every state has its different laws. But here you can see the states that currently have community solar programs. There is really no reason not to get on this program. Literally, most people don't even know it exists. It's been existing for almost 2 years in some states. And we just decided, hey, we're going to educate people to sign up for this. We're going to work with the state and the developers of the solar farms to let people know they can subscribe to a solar farm. They're going to get a credit on their bill every single month. And now you see a credit called Community Solar on your bill every month. And if you live in a state that has both autosave and community solar, you can actually save with both simultaneously. So community solar is our second solution. And then I'm going to close out with our last two, and we're going to jump down to the grand old state of Texas, because Texas is a $40 billion retail energy market, 26 million deregulated customers. And when we went to Texas, we knew we could not just go with just everyday rates. It would not work because there's 116 providers in the state providing energy. We knew that if we wanted to make a difference, that difference had to include something bigger, better, and more consistent than just energy products. So first thing we did was we came in with energy products that has steep savings. So right now, if you're in Houston and you're in Dallas and you go to Think Energy and you put in your zip code, you're going to see the products that are available for you to sign up with. Okay. And don't sign up because I want you to sign up with the person that invited you. But if you guys, any of you want to call or any of the states that I've talked about, just go to thinkenergy.com, put in your zip code. But that's just so you can see the products that are available to you. I don't want you to sign up. I want you to sign up with the person that invited you. But we realized in Texas, how do we guarantee savings? We knew we had great rates. We're saving people 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% in some situations. But we created a technology with our smart thermostat technology called Think Smart, where we guarantee another $120, $10 a month, every single month, to anybody who installed a
Think
smart
Energy,
thermostat.
we've built
in
a way to
Texas.
lower your energy bill and keep your home comfortable, and you'll barely have to lift a finger. Now live in Texas, Think Smart is an innovative technology designed to save you money on autopilot. All you need is 5 minutes to connect your Wi-Fi enabled Ecobee, Honeywell, or Resideo thermostat, and we'll drive it from there. Think Smart optimizes your energy usage by making small adjustments, just a few degrees, to keep you comfortable and lower your energy bills. And you can always override it for complete control. Once connected, you'll receive $10 in monthly bill credits for as long as the devices remain connected. Savings that add up. Ready to save effortlessly? Join the community of energy-savvy customers lowering their bills and enjoying total comfort. To learn more, contact your local Think Plus independent energy advisor. It's time to think smart with Think Energy.
All right, so you got me. Everybody got that? Think Smart. Connect your smart thermostat. We actually modify the thermostat up 1 or 2 degrees, not to make you uncomfortable, but it allows us from a data standpoint to help guarantee savings on the bill. And that is what we've been able to do, guys. And it has been a powerful program. We piloted in Texas, and now we've launched across the country. My final product is I think will be what drives our company to our first $1 billion in revenue. We're launching in Texas on March, but I'm going to close out with this video, and then we'll talk about the next part of our presentation.
Every summer we see it. Record heat, record energy demand, and the same story on repeat. Regular outages, soaring prices, a grid pushed to the breaking point.
The Earth is still hot, and so is the demand for electricity.
More energy is better than less energy.
With the rise of AI technology, demand on power plants is increasing.
Here's the thing. The grid we all depend on was built more than 100 years ago, for a time when electricity flowed one way, from a few big power plants to every home and business. But that world has changed. Today, millions of devices draw power every second. Demand for electricity keeps growing, but the grid hasn't kept pace. And it's not steady. Some hours we have plenty of power, others we're short. That's why electricity now costs different amounts at different times of day. When demand peaks, energy gets expensive. And when we need less energy, it's cheap. And this means consumers have to work harder and pay more for less reliable energy. Until now. A quiet revolution has started. Home batteries can now store energy when it's cheap or abundant, and use or even sell it back when it's needed most. Link thousands of those batteries together with smart software, and you get something entirely new called a virtual power plant. Instead of waiting for a distant generator to fire up, these connected devices can instantly feed energy back into the grid. The grid pays providers for this support. Those earnings can be shared with customers, lowering costs for the homeowners whose batteries made it possible. For consumers, that means significantly lower costs, predictable rates, and backup power when the grid fails, along with a direct role in building a cleaner, more resilient energy system. We are reshaping how electricity works as we're preparing to bring this idea to scale.
Think Plus will be partnering with a next-generation virtual power plant, connecting homes, batteries, and people into one intelligent energy network.
Our consumers will pay much less for even more reliable energy, with backup power for their homes. And when enough homes join, the grid gets stronger and energy becomes something we all share. This is the power of connection.
Coming soon from Think Plus.
On March 1st, we launch our home battery program in Texas. It will then launch across the country later this year. Every customer will have a guaranteed savings on their electricity. They get a free backup power for their home. For all of my folks in Texas, you guys had outages January 24th and 25th with the snowstorm. We had customers in our pilot program that actually had their battery switch on. And here's the part that's most exciting. There is no cost to install or maintain the battery. We actually install it and we maintain it for 15 years for you with our home battery program. Now, let me ask this, guys, in the chat. Let me know if you had a free home battery that you didn't have to install, but it can guarantee savings, would you do that? Right? That's really what it comes down to. If you could, would you do that? And when we look at the 4 products I talked to you about today, it was truly AutoSave, Community Solar, Think Smart, and the home battery program. But if we're going to do something, we're going to do it at the top with the best partners. So we've partnered with EcoFlow. EcoFlow is one of the best innovations of Time Magazine for 2025. And they have built, we have built our custom software onto their battery to create what we call a virtual power plant. Fundamentally, I'm going to keep it very simple and low tech. There's times a day where energy is very cheap. So for example, it may be 5 cents a kilowatt at 2 o'clock in the morning. We store all the cheap energy on the battery. The home will use it, you use electricity just like you normally would. And then we sell back to the grid the energy, the expensive energy. So what happens is that now you actually are getting a savings. Our company's making money, and you're happy because now you got a battery backup if there's an ice storm. There's been 267 outages over the last 5 years in Texas. The average is about 2.5 hours. And so literally we're giving free home batteries to people that really need it. Our next state will be New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, with the home battery program. So look later this year as we launch those states. And so this part of our presentation, the first part is complete. It is about us serving customers. I want to ask if we could impact customers' lives, if any of these products could help you or help the people you love, I want you to put in the chat, let me know yes. If any of these products will help somebody you care about or help your friend or you think it's valuable, because I believe every business must have a big value proposition, right? Why are you different? And I think that this company has put together the true view of why they're different. And right now, in this time of AI and energy, I believe it's one of the best times in history to be able to help and touch a lot of people. And so, if you came tonight and you're like, look, I just want to learn how to save within this space of AI and energy, I have shown you how you can save. It is free of charge. There is no cost for being a customer. Okay, I want to be really clear. Other than paying your electric bill, you got to do that. But there is no cost for being a customer. There is no contract. So you can leave at any time. And so I'm super excited to say that we have done what we promised when we got that $100 million 2.5 years ago. We have put in place all the solutions needed to literally help families across this country. So we do work with churches and organizations and nonprofits and property managers and folks that are realtors and landlords. And we work with everyday people that pay electric bill because we believe that we can touch a lot of people's lives. But we do have an additional component where there is a opportunity component where you can be an advisor and affiliate with us. That is optional. And I'm not here to sell you on why that makes sense for you or not. But I want to share with you a little bit about my reason why it makes sense for me. Me and my wife, we have been working all of our lives. We have been building businesses. We've worked for companies. My wife's a TV and film producer, worked for BET and HBO. And we have worked and saw our parents work. And when I was introduced to this industry, the one thing that really forced me to think about it, I watched people literally make my income, my 6-figure income, every month off of people paying for electricity. Now I knew nothing about that. All I knew was I knew how to go to work. I knew how to be good at what I did at work. But I realized that when I began to look and see that, wow, somebody will pay their electric bill if their home is in foreclosure, if they're unemployed. They will pay it if they're happy, if they're sad. And I said, man, I never even knew there was an opportunity to get paid on electricity. And when I began to look at it, and I'm telling you guys, I'm an engineer, I'm stubborn, I'm analytical. When I really began to look at it, I said, oh my gosh, it's almost like getting my own toll booth. And some of you are old enough to remember when we would drive through the toll booth and you would dig down in your seats or in the side of your pockets and try to find a quarter. And I remember going through back in the day and saying, man, I wish I could own one. Where they threw quarters in that toll booth all day long, every day. And that is when I realized how big this industry was. And it changed my life 15 years ago when I got involved part-time. It was just, I still work full-time, but I watched it do things in my life that I just never, I was never taught in school. I never truly understood. And it literally changed my mindset on what success looked like. And today, some of you got on early, I'm sitting here in the middle of Times Square. I support my 11-year-old who is a Broadway star, who is young Simba in The Lion King on Broadway. And he started off as young Marlon Jackson and Michael Jackson on Broadway. Now we're sitting in Florida and he gets the call that he won the role. And most dads have to go to work and don't have the freedom to go and be with their son or be with their daughter because we have to work to provide. And I will tell you, I've been blessed because there's a customer that's paying an electric bill from 2.5 years ago, and they're still paying it. And that payment is helping my family today. And so the power of what I'm sharing with you tonight is much bigger than even I imagined 15 years ago. But with this company and what they're putting together and being able to guarantee savings, everybody here, by helping people for free, you can have a real impact on you and your family's life. Here's a message from our CEO, and then I'm going to go ahead and close this out.
Think Energy and Think Plus were built on really to take advantage of this tsunami that's coming in the energy markets. There's massive demand growth that is causing a huge imbalance today in supply and demand, which is driving price volatility and driving prices up. And we saw this trend back in 2022. It's manifested in a way that's even greater than we thought, right? With the rise of AI and data centers, and just it's created this massive opportunity where, through a sales channel like Think Plus, with our platform and technology and team, there's a massive ability to unlock value for consumers in a way that, hasn't been there in the past. I think what originally attracted me to build my own network marketing energy company was because it was this light bulb moment where I figured out network marketing is such a good industry for services. Honestly, I think it's designed for anyone. I'm a big believer that you should not create products that you have to sell, but you should just have to tell. We're designing products that are simple, easy, whether you're, understand energy markets or you have no idea. In a traditional business, you're trading time for money. Here, it's the ultimate meritocracy. What you put in, you get out. And you can do it on your own terms. You can build this as big as you want, or you can build it to get an extra $100 a month to pay for a car payment. We're at a once-in-a-generation point in time. I think about what we built today. It's the foundation, right? We have basically invested a lot of time and money in building the infrastructure for future success. And that's been technology. It's been building all of the platform to do it. It's been recruiting the right people. I mean, we're ready for, exponential growth, right? The old hockey stick moment where now you have the foundation built, you're combining it with a backdrop where everybody's talking about electricity because prices are going up for everybody. It's top of mind. And you have this unique value proposition enabled by technology. It's going to be amazing for consumers. It's going to attract more people to the opportunity. I mean, I see our business 10x in growth over the next.
Well, I cut off Michael by mistake too quick, but what he was saying at the very end is that he sees us 10xing in growth over the next 3 years. And that's what I get to share with you tonight, because when he said that, he had an idea 2.5 years ago, but now that idea is turned into a reality. So to become an energy advisor with us, it's $59 a year. Sometimes I wish it was more. I wish it was a little bit more expensive because I think that when we put our dollars behind things, my first business cost me $100,000 to get stood up. And I believe that if we put our full commitment behind things and our finances, it makes us focus more. But he said, no, I want to give people the opportunity to be involved in something that can scale. So for $59 a year with a renewal of $149, we do everything, and everything is set up for you. You have access to our system, our Think system. You have a customer enrollment website. You have a mobile application to share and alert you about people who are looking at the business opportunity. We have a web office, marketing center, your advisor website, and you get certified in every state that we do business. So literally, you are able to be set up in 24 hours with a complete business where you can sign up a customer and get paid next Friday. Now, I always say that I don't spend a lot of time on $59 because we're not here. I told you guys there's no convincing or trying to sell you to do this. Here's what I know is that I know that right now we have people in this business that are from every background you could imagine. There are people that are everywhere from sanitation workers all the way up to multimillionaires who have sold companies. That we all saw was this. We saw that this company is doing something that can impact millions of people, and they were actually going to pay us for doing that, for helping people. If you want to get a detailed breakdown of our compensation, go ahead and scan the QR code on my screen, and we have a video that breaks down all 9 ways we get paid. But I'm going to stay with the first 6 that I believe are the most exciting because, in looking at our compensation, it fundamentally is, I believe, one of the most powerful compensations I've ever seen, and here's why. Number one is that you're paid whenever you actually sign someone up as a customer, okay? So you're paid when you sign somebody as a customer, and you're paid on Friday. So every Friday, you are paid for those bonuses. You then get residual income every 3rd Friday of the month. That customer, you'll get a check every 3rd Friday through 10 levels. All that means if you decide to introduce us to other people, you get paid on everything they do to 10 levels deep. Now, look, guys, one of the things people always used to say, and I would say is that, hey, look, is that network marketing? Is that multi-level marketing? And what I tell people is that if you look at our services, right, and our services and the 4 services we offer to customers, those are services to customers, okay? There's no money paid for somebody coming in the business. But I always challenge people on saying, hey, look at how that pays. It pays people for introducing other people, for when other people introduced to the business and they get customers. What I'm going to say is that is how traditional businesses work. Now, I'm saying that from the heartbeat of, I know many people are not business owners. Many people have not worked for large companies, but I got to work for PayPal as a vice president. And I had a VP of sales under me who had regional offices with salespeople that sold PayPal credit. And I got paid on them. I got a bonus on everything that everybody did. I run a profit and loss, a P&L for a company. So I want you to understand that many times I think there's a huge misconception when we look at companies that do direct sales. As long as nobody's getting paid for putting a person in, we're in good hands. And right now with this company, we're going out to show people they can save money on electricity, which I think is clear for all of us. The next way we get paid is that we get a bonus. There's $85,000 in bonuses, and those bonuses are available to everybody who gets involved. When you sign up the first time, every time you promote through the business, the only way to promote is customers. So the first time you promote, it's $100. When you get to our highest level, it's $50,000. A total of $85,000 is available to you. It does not disappear. It is available to you. There's no time limit on that. We also have 12 coded pay ranks, which that doesn't mean a lot for people, but that just means that we're going to pay to many levels in your business if you decide to build it with a team. Now, some people don't want to build it with a team, and we have people that are earning $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, and they're just getting customers. So you do not have to bring anybody into this business if you do not want to. I want to be really clear. There are multiple ways that people are building this. The final way, and the one that excited me the most, is what we call the partner pool. I'm going to jump to that slide because, and I'll go back here really quickly. Let me just go back here really quickly because one of the things that, am I going the right way? Let's do this. I'm going to talk about this slide for 1 second, and I'll go to the partner pool. This is an eye chart. I know it has a lot of stuff on it, but I want to really just be clear. We have a simple system that says 5-3-5. Get 5 customers for yourself, introduce the business to 3 people, and help them get 5 customers for themselves. They can be their own customer. This suggests a model that says if they did that to 10 levels, you would earn a monthly residual of $500,000 per month. Now, I have been blessed to be able to, my mentor did $1 million a month. I watched him do that for many years on customers on a toll booth that paid quarters. And so what I'm saying though is that there's some people, the average home needs between anywhere from $4,000 to $7,000 a month to not have to work. Most people just need an extra $500 a month to not have to make it to the next paycheck. So yes, there will be people that make 6 figures a month in this business. I am in no doubt on that's going to happen. But I know the average person needs a couple of $100s to have peace of mind. And so I want you to understand is that it can be done here. And it can be done, and you don't have to wait to get your first paycheck from our company. You can have it next week. What I'm saying is it just depends on what you want from this business. It will do it. I tell people it's a 1 to 3 year bill to retire if you want to do it. This is a part-time opportunity. You don't have to stop doing what you do. You don't have to stop your job. You do this part-time consistently and it will do its job. And so the piece I wanted to share was this, is that the part that got me and my wife the most excited, we saw this revenue share pool. And we saw that once you hit the rank of partner, that you would actually earn a percentage of a revenue pool that would pay you on every customer in the company. So if the company if you have 1,000 customers, but the company has 300,000, you're going to get paid on your 1,000 customers, but you're going to also get a check that's a part of that revenue share pool when you made it to partner. So when we came in, we said, okay, we've been working for 30, 40 years. And if we can understand how to help as many people as possible and get to partner in this company and do it in 1 to 3 years, they're going to pay us on every customer in the company every month forever. That is what we need to do. And that's not for everybody. I know everybody's at different stages in their lives, but I also know that we all were told that time is money, but we've all worked for 20, 30, 40 years, and we don't have the money to show for that. And so all I'm saying is that what I looked at was, how bad is the need for this product? I said, well, everybody needs it. How bad will people want to save? Well, everybody wants to save. So, Julius, what is the only thing you got to do? I have to get on the phone. I got to educate people because they don't know there's an auto save yet. They don't know that they could get 20-year savings on community solar, even though it's been in their state for 2.5 years. They don't know that in Texas, they're in a position to save more than they've ever saved before and get a guaranteed savings with Think Smart. And they don't know that they can get a battery on the side of their home free of charge and be in a position to literally never be without power again, because that battery is going to pop on every time there's a blackout or an ice storm down in Texas. And so we get paid 1, 2, and 5 shares. There's only 4 people at the ranks of partner in the whole company right now. But if it took you 24 months or 36 months to get to this while you're making money on customers, the question is, does that make sense? And so I'm going to go ahead and close this out. We do give away money to nonprofits, $2,500 campaigns where we raise money. Every time we put in a customer, the company gives us community cash. We donate that to nonprofits. That money is there for us to give away. There's no other purpose for it but for us to give it away. And so we've been able to fund many campaigns for nonprofits through Think Local. Here are the campaigns we have funded so far, 24 all over the country, even in states that we're not in. And then people say, well, Julius, why are you doing this? Because right now I've never seen anything like this, where a company has this suite of products that can help people for free and guarantee the savings. Here's the markets we're in. Take a picture of this. We actually are in 13 states for retail electricity, 40 million potential customers, 6 states for autosave, 16 million customers, and community solar, 5 million potential customers. And you're going to see more of this map turn on. And so there's truly 3 types of people that come to this presentation. You're here because a friend invited you and you wanted to support them. And you said, hey, look, I'm going to support you. And that's what I'm going to do. And I want to thank you for your time. You decided, hey, this is not for me. And here's what I'll say is that do the person that invited you a favor and be their customer. It doesn't cost you anything, and you will be supporting them trying to achieve their goal and their dream. But then there's somebody that says, Julius, I just got a couple questions. I got a couple questions, get them answered. I'm ready to go. For $59, you telling me I can start a business in February and I can put something in place so that by June I can see that my income and I'm doing something better than I did in 2025. And then there's some of you that just sign up. We have people that just sign up. They're like, look, I'm in. I'll figure it all out. We have the systems, the tools, and literally we have business conversations, but we don't convince people to join this business right now. It is too early. You all will hear about Think Energy and these products over the next 12 months. Right now, it's at the beginning, and what we're looking for is we're looking for people that are just open to say it's time to do something different, and I can go and help a whole lot of people across this country every single month, month after month, and let them save on a bill that they're going to pay for the rest of their life. And so thank you, everybody, for joining us. Let's go ahead and open up for questions to all of my hosts. Just give all my hosts a round of applause. Congratulations to all of you who launched tonight. We launch every Tuesday and Thursday. And when somebody opens up their relationship for somebody to come to a meeting, I think that is valuable. And thank you guys, because if you showed up for the person that invited you, that is what they asked you to do. And I just want to applaud all of our guests for doing that as well. And so I want to do this. Let's go ahead and open up, guys, and let's talk. Here's what I don't want you to do. Don't leave and not get your question answered. Even if you're skeptical, the first thing people say, one of the questions that people say, hey, Julius, this sounds too good to be true. All the time. And I said, look, here's what I'm going to do. We all like to Google it, right? Everybody likes to Google it. I want you to go Google community solar in your state's name. Some states have passed laws on community. Community solar is a law-based program. So it's passed by law. And some of you will be blown away. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that this is in my state. AutoSave is a product that we've created based on our software, but we had to get licensed in the state to offer it. It wasn't like we just pop into, we have AutoSave. Okay, so we've done that. And then also with Think Smart and also with the battery program. The battery program is here. It is up. We have a pilot ready to go. And so let's go ahead and open up for questions. If you have questions, go ahead and unmute yourself, ask your question, then mute yourself so we have a good recording of it, and then we can have a dialogue from there. Any questions? I know I wasn't that good.
I have a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, say who you are and where you're calling from.
This is Solution Newton. I'm calling from Delaware.
Okay.
And I'm just curious because we have some people on the call who may not have products in their state yet.
Yes.
How can they build a business without the product being available in their state?
Great question. We have people that have joined as energy advisors, right? So they become energy advisors and they live in a state where they can't be a customer. So my home base, when I started with, my home base is in Florida. I cannot be a customer in Florida. Florida's not open. We have people that sit in all 50 states, but what they realize is that my state's going to open at some point. But I know people in these other states that need help. And they get people on a call like this, and they let a leader like myself or another leader explain the program. And what happens is they have one person that says, hey, I'm interested. I'm going to join you. And they have cut people that they know, family members and friends in other states or business partners in other states that they say, oh, this is a state that you're in. And they sign them up as customers. But it's very possible. One of my leaders, Linda Washington, I saw her on this call, is in Atlanta, Georgia. And she's still not a customer, but she's also a director in our business. Why? Because there's so many people that need help across the country. So we don't have to limit it by boundaries. I didn't see David Feinberg. Did David get on from Israel? He's 6,000 miles away, but has a couple of hundred customers. One of his leaders is on, Isaac. But the idea is that you can grow this because your state's going to open. Maybe it's not open now, but the thing is that why would you wait to build something when you know that you have relationships around the country where people need help right now? So don't y'all know somebody that needs help on their electric bill? Does everybody know somebody? There's one person that needs some help. And right now, I believe that we are going to be we're going to be the first company that really, these solutions are going to be what the future of energy looks like. It'll be normal, I think, in about 3 years. People will be like, oh, I know autosave. Oh, yeah, I know community. I know these things. But you can sign up in any state to be an energy advisor and start building your business. Thank you for that question.
Thank you for the answer.
Yeah, some of the other questions that I typically will get is, how much do we make per customer? You make anywhere from $20 to $50 for signing up a customer. Now, imagine this, is that it takes about 5 minutes to sign a customer up. You don't necessarily have to leave your home. You sign a customer up, you're going to get paid next Friday. So let's just use a simple number, 10 customers. You sign up 10 customers per week. You make additional $300 to $500 a week. And then you make residual on those customers. Now, you only need 24 personal customers in this company. That's all you need is 24. But we do have people on a call that have gotten 100 customers. Some of our leaders have gotten 100, 200. I think one of the top leaders in New Jersey has done over 1,000 customers because some people say, hey, look, I just want to help people. I don't want to build a team. I don't want to have other people look at this. I just want to help people be customers. So, but you get paid every third Friday for residual. And then you have one-time bonuses every time you promote. So there is money available today. Like you can come in today, sign up as a customer, and then begin gathering customers and making an income just by helping people with the different products. Any other questions before I let everybody go? Yes.
Yeah. Regarding the battery, is it going to be the same way like in Texas when it comes to Jersey? Like you have to become an advisor or no? It's not going to be.
You don't have to become an advisor to get the battery. You have to become a customer to get the battery. So no, to get the battery, you do not have to be an advisor. You have to become a customer.
Right.
And then a customer can then, apply for the battery.
And then the next thing is that, what about the electricians who get trained and installing these batteries? Do we know an amount what they're going to get paid per installation?
Yeah, so I think that is just like for installers that we're going to bring in the States.
Right.
That's going to be something on the corporate side that we'll talk about. It wouldn't be for a launch call like this.
No problem. Sorry.
Yeah. So, but I will say, if you do know people that are electricians, we are bringing on people that want to be installers for our battery program. Right. That is something that we are doing.
Okay.
So
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Definitely valuable. So I'm gonna say this to everybody: let's give a round of applause for all of our hosts. Please get back with the person that invited you. If you have more questions that you need to get answered, so that they can get you on the phone with somebody that can help you out. There's so many great leaders here. But don't walk away and not get your question answered. If you're somebody that's saying, hey, look, I don't know about this or that, let's get you connected and then let's get started. We have launch calls every Tuesday, Thursday, and we did a big one on Wednesday tonight. But you always have everything you need to launch your business. We have trainings every Saturday, but all you need is a heart to help people and a desire to have fun. We do travel a lot. So if you want to travel with us, we do want you to travel with us, definitely without a doubt. And I want you all to have an incredible night. We will be back tomorrow night. If you are somebody that says, hey, look, I want to get in or I want to see it again, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, we are doing our normal launch calls. So we have other leaders launching their businesses. So get signed up tonight. Get into the system tonight. Once you get set up, you'll get a message from me to say hello. And then tomorrow, invite a few friends so that I can do the work for you, right? Let somebody else do the work and let people see this. Have a great night, everybody. Looking
Mr.
forward.
Weems.
Yes, who is that?
This is Raheem. I'm calling in from Delaware. And,
hey, Raheem.
How are you, brother? If you want to become a client of one of the hosts and you live in a town where you pay the town electric, how would this program benefit?
A co-op. So we call it a co-op, and there's co-ops all over the country. What that means is that the town, there's in New Jersey and Delaware and Texas, there's co-ops, and co-ops are cities that negotiate energy prices with the utility, because the city pretty much it doesn't mean that the city gets better prices. But the problem with it, and here's something that's about to change in Delaware specifically, is that before, if you were a part of a co-op, you could not have any option to take advantage of any third-party benefit. Okay, so you had to pay the town cost no matter what. But so right now, somebody in a co-op cannot sign up for Think. Okay, as of today. But what is happening in Delaware specifically, there are laws being passed that would allow consumers to take advantage of third-party benefits, which we are watching closely to see when that will happen. But today, in most of the country, if you're in a co-op, you cannot be a customer, but you can be an energy advisor. But Delaware is working to open that up because a lot of people are in co-ops in Delaware and paying a lot more money. So, so as of today, you could be an advisor, but you wouldn't be able to be your own customer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Great question. All right. I'm gonna give everybody. Anybody else?
Hey, Julius, this is Edie.
Mhm.
I got a question. So for the Texas Home Battery Program,
Yes.
so if a person is purchasing a townhome, would that be considered eligible, or does it have to be like a standalone home property?
It can be a townhome, but it's got to be at least it has to be at least 1,500 kilowatts per month. So it might be more of, there are townhomes that have the 2-car garage. It would need they would need to be able to show at least a 1,500 a month kilowatt usage.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would just be it. So yes, you could, because there are townhomes that have that type of usage. In a perfect world, you're looking at a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home. It's about 1,500 kilowatts.
Okay.
But we do have townhomes that do that. So you just check on that qualification for them, on the amount of energy they use.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Well, thank you, everybody. I don't want to hold people up. I know I've been on for a little while. I want to thank all my hosts again. And I'm looking forward to doing the follow-up launch for all of you so that we can continue to touch people all over the country. And I'll talk to you all soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we'll be back here launching. We have a few folks launching tomorrow night as well. If you're new, get in tonight. Get set up tonight. You can have everything set up in your business in the next 10 to 15 minutes, and you can be inviting people tomorrow. Everybody be blessed. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon.
Love you. Love you. Take care. Be well.
Be well.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, good
Thank
night.
you.